The question is the motion be agreed to. I call the member for Heffron.
Mr Acting Speaker, healthy democracy is the cornerstone of Australian society, and the current composition of this House and the spotlight on independent candidates at the last federal election has shown us that independent representation is becoming increasingly prevalent in the political process. This is a minority government. It is often said by newly elected governments that there's a new paradigm and the government will be open, transparent and accountable. But once they take control of the Legislative Assembly, it doesn't last very long, because governments historically have found this House, where government is formed, to be an irritant in the functioning of the executive government. But if you are a minority government, you don't have any choice. Now, this government entered into an agreement with 3 members of this House for confidence and supply, and it's well known that that was the member for Lake Macquarie, the member for Sydney and the member for Wagga. There was no deal done other than, because I was the one that entered into the agreement on behalf of the government, and there was no deal done other than a requirement for there to be stable government and transparent government. There was no other price for confidence and supply. It has been me leading the way to deal with the 9 independent crossbenchers since the Minns government has been in office, and all 9 of them, plus the minority Greens political party, have all sought to hold this government to account, and this government has adhered to what it promised, and that is to be open, transparent and accountable. It has not been difficult to deal with the 9 independent crossbenchers, because each to a person has been honourable, has been intelligent, has fiercely represented their community, but most importantly has been responsible. It is easy for a Member of Parliament who will never themselves be in office and be a part of a government to advocate whatever they like for a cheap headline or for cheap political advantage. None of the 9 independents have ever sought that from this government, and has never sought to work other than in a constructive way with this government, even when we have disagreed. But I just make this point. As I look to those 9 members of the crossbench, each of them are a product of the failure of a major political party. Whether that be the National Party, as I look at the member for Barwon, or member for Orange, or the member for Murray, whether it be the Liberal Party, as I look to the member for Wagga and the member for Pittwater and the member for Wakehurst and the member for Wallandilly, or whether I look to the Labor Party failures when I look to the member for Sydney and the member of Lake Macquarie. If the major political parties don't understand that they are required, even within a political framework, to represent their community and be vocal, be honourable and be constructive, then the reality will be that there will be more independent candidates in this House. And once the major political party fails and quality, honourable independents take those positions, then the ability of the major political parties to be able to take their seats back, because that's the reality of the demographics, becomes really difficult or almost impossible. I mean, I have visited a number of members of the crossbenchers' seat and worked in their communities, as have, between my ministerial colleagues has probably been to all of them repeatedly. And we know what the work is on the ground. We know the fact that they are communicating with their community. We know that they're not looking for political stunts. They're actually demonstrating to the major political parties that there is a better way forward to represent a community, either inside or outside the party structure, and they're able to be successful without a party machine at their back. has been a very worthwhile motion to move in this House by the member for Wallandilly, and it is supported by the government.